The weather's starting to get a little bit cooler at night. The kids are finally back in school, and it's really hard to get a deep clean during the summer. But now the kids are gone, Zeb and I are going to take you along as we clean and decorate for fall in our living room and dining room.
So you got spring cleaning, and then you have fall cleaning after the summer aftermath of the kids being home all summer. We cleaned during the summer, but we didn't take a deep dive under the cushions and things.
After a long summer, the front porch got awfully dirty. Lots of dust and garden debris and everything else. So first things first, you have to sweep it off, get rid of that, and shake out the rugs. The flowers we've actually had for a little bit because the flowers that were up there were pretty sad and dead. So we replaced them with mums a few weeks ago, and they've been surviving even though it's still been a little bit warm during the day. If you'll notice, we have a big fat rug in front of our front door for people to wipe their feet on. We did that a few weeks ago, so we'll drop the link below to our IKEA hack video because we actually got that at IKEA and we just stenciled it.
So I'm gonna be real honest with you guys here. I don't normally do a lot of vacuuming, and it's not because I'm too good to vacuum. It's because I'm usually doing things like woodworking in the garage or editing a video, and we try to get the kids to do that, but every now and then you got to get in, you got to move some furniture, you got to pick some couch cushions up, you got to take the attachment and get down in with the hose and vacuum out all the lint and dust out of the tufting, which it had that.
Yeah, a lot of times I find like a little wrapper or a little hair tie like in the tufting, and I'm like, who does that? But I think my new plan is going to be to do videos where we do like clean and decorates with me, because if that's the video of the day, then I actually get Zeb helping alongside me, and I actually, truth be told, I don't enjoy cleaning, so it's always helpful if you have somebody to do it with you.
Well, and it's a great way for kids to learn how to work. Like, we assign chores for them, and they've got their own areas of responsibility. So a lot of times, especially in the summer when they're home and they get bored and they need stuff to do, if you're bored, you get a chore.
Yeah, we don't really want them to see us cleaning because then they'll feel like they don't have to clean, but now they're at school, we can clean all we want.
All right.
Okay. So in the fall, I really like to bring out warm tones. Recently in our IKEA video, we stenciled these cute pillows. They just needed a little bit of fluffing, and we've actually had that pom-pom blanket for a long time, but I really love it for fall because the tone is really, really good. It plays nicely with what we got going on the mantle. Initially, we thought we were gonna do like this big long garland, but ultimately it wound up being too much, so we'll show you what it looks like once we take the garland off. I actually use amber bottles year round, but I feel like they really shine in the fall. And then just a nice hydrangea in like a burgundy color always looks really, really good. We normally have a pink flower in my green paint bucket from France, but we're trying to take spring out and bring fall in, so the pink flower had to go and the greenery went in. A lot of the items that we decorated are thrifted and found, and so if you check out JamiRayVintage.com, you will find some of these items there, or you can find them out in your travels. I really think that copper, especially, looks really good in the fall. So when we get copper in, especially this time of year, it just sells super fast. Some pointers for decorating a mantle are, I always like to have a focal point in the middle. In this case, my focal point is a mirror. It's actually there year round, so I don't really have to mess around with it. And I leave the candlesticks on both sides and the lights, so those never change. But when I was decorating, I didn't want to take away from the mirror, so it's kind of understated with the paint can in the middle. And I spread it out with the amber bottles and the little enamel pictures that we did a few weeks ago. You'll notice though that it's not exactly symmetrical. It is balanced, but I don't have the exact same bottles on each side, and that is by design. I don't want things to be too matchy-matchy or even, and when you step away, if you're not sure if it looks good, I suggest taking a quick picture of it and then looking at the picture and seeing if one side or the other looks heavy. That's a really great way to decide what to take and add off. All summer long, we had this cool crate that we picked up in Round Top, Texas on the dining table, and it worked out okay, except for when we had lots of like big parties, we had to move it and people couldn't eat around it because it's just a little bit too wide for our narrow farm table. So I've decided to redo that area and move it over to this old pine, I don't even know what you call it, cabinet? What do you think, Zeb?
Yeah, it's a cabinet.
Old pine cabinet that we had. It actually came from Europe. We've had it here probably since before the house was even finished. But
yeah, it sat on the front porch while we were finishing the floors and things for months.
Yeah, one of our neighbors is like, "Are you getting rid of that old cabinet on your front porch?" And I'm like, "No, I think
Well, she was wondering if we were going to just throw it away. She wanted it for free, and Jamie's like, I imported that from Europe. You can't have it.
I think she wanted to refinish it. I'm like, this is the kind of chippy goodness I don't want to refinish. Once I've got the crate down, I've got to decorate inside, so I decided to put this chippy corbel in back that I picked up at a market recently, and then pair it with a couple of Crocs that I also picked up from my friend Denise. A couple of weeks ago, or months, I can't even remember, I saw Sasha from Sweet Pickins used candles inside of mini Crocs, and so I decided to use these great beeswax candles that we actually just added to the website for a little bit of fall ambiance. They aren't scented, but the beeswax itself actually smells pretty good, and they burn for a really long time. So if you get any fall or winter storms and the lights go out, you've got a candle that'll light up your dining room for quite a while. Harrington got me these roses for my birthday, and so I thought they would add a little bit of yellow in the back, and then just some street vendor soda bottles, a couple of books, and the area is all done.
One of the things I love about using the decor that we already have, or things from the shop, or found items, is a lot of it plays together, and you just change the colors a little bit. Pink is more of a spring color. We drop some white flowers in here. Easy as that. This is done.
Don't sound too excited about those white flowers, Seb.
Let's talk about this little Bissell vacuum cleaner real quick. It does wet and dry, and it's awesome on all the wood floors. Since we don't have any carpet in the whole house, we have a vacuum that we use to vacuum the rugs and the furniture, but this is what gets the job done in the whole house, and it works great. And they're not paying me to tell you that, I'm just letting you know.
It does vacuum and mop all the same time, but when you have a family of 8+ cousins on a regular basis, I usually like to give the area a good broom to pick up the large particles, and then we use the Bissell to finish and get all the dust and really give it a good clean. I love my church pew that we've had at the dining table for a really long time, but we're contemplating getting rid of it because Zeb is actually planning on building a new table for the area because we have a little bit more space and we always need more room. So we're thinking we'll get rid of the bench, build a bigger table, and find some more antique chairs to match with what we already have. For now, we're going to keep what we've got. I love this table runner. I actually have a short version that I keep on my kitchen island, but we just got this long version in, and it really just grounds whatever you put on the dining table. We decided not to overdo it because in the fall, we tend to eat a ton of meals together, way more than the summer when we're always on the run or eating a sandwich outside for dinner. So I want something that's easy and manageable with our family of 8. The flowers Zeb got me for my birthday, and then I've actually had this bigger sheep for a while, and then Jen Dune gave me the small sheep for my birthday. And I don't like when I just set things down and they look like they're floating, so I like to use antique books to create interest and kind of ground whatever I'm decorating with. Sometimes I have to flip them around and decide which book, which color, scale, but I just keep moving it until I get the look that I want. Across from our dining table, we have this buffet. Down on the bottom, what you don't see is all of our DIY supplies that we wind up using on our Saturday Night Lives. So if you've ever seen me fiddling around trying to find paint or heard it in the background, that's where we usually go. Inside the cabinet on the top, what you actually see is my grandma's dishes. They were my mom's, and they're just a reminder of my family. I never change them out, but they actually look best in the fall because they're pretty brown tones. So I kind of wanted to play on that with the decor that I brought to the top to tie it all in together. I pretty much always have a mirror leaning up against the wall. Someday maybe Zeb will hang it, but I am the worst at committing to hanging things. I would rather lean something than I can change it easily. Recently I found this cute little girl praying with this gold frame at a market, and it's got really cool convex glass. I wasn't sure where it was going to go, and when I decorated today I decided to move that in. We finally added the foliage from over on the fireplace, and it found a spot where it actually looks good. I really love the brown against the green, and it brings that fall note across the room to the buffet. The candelabras are always there. I did switch out some of the blue, green, and pink, and also I usually keep lavender over here. I got rid of that as well and just added an old English crock with some white flowers and then paired it on the other side with some greenery. It's not necessary that your entire decor be completely balanced with matching items on each side. You just want to make sure that you've got like items together, so even though I've got white flowers and greenery, it balances it out and looks good overall. You know what, there's a lot of work that comes into being junkers and resellers, but the biggest benefit to me is that I'm able to collect and decorate with what I love. And when we're done with it, then we can sell it, buy new things, whatever, and I don't feel guilty about it.
Yeah, most of the items were already here at the house. We just kind of switched up how they were displayed. And with a few items from the shop, like the fall garland and a couple other things, you know, it all pulls it together and we have a fun fall look in the house.
Not everything that I decorate is actually old, but a majority of it is found items. And one of the things that I love most about the way that we decorate is that it's cozy and warm, and not necessarily something that you're going to see at every giant big box store.
So we like to say that we're farmhouse style, kind of leaning cottage, maybe with some French country and even some Scandinavian cues going on in the house. But at the end of the day, to be farmhouse or to be cottage, it doesn't have to be all colorful or all floral or all shades of white or all shades of black or industrial or anything like that. Make it your own, find that style that you love and bring those pieces in that are going to make you feel comfortable and that you love.
We hope this inspires you to get out your fall decor and maybe layering some pieces that help you feel cozy and warm as the weather changes. If you guys have any questions about decorating, comment below, and you can always share pictures in our Facebook group. We'll drop that link in the description. If you want to shop some of these items to create a similar look, we carry a lot of things on our website at jamirayvintage.com. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.
You as you drive, do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling, I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here